My name is Zach Green. I am in level 3 year 1 and this is my Fun Emoji project pitch idea. So as you can see, that's my pitch. My hook, I'm doing a documentary about mental health. So I'm going to be talking to people like students and possibly some teachers, possibly some doctors or clinic workers about mental health, how they deal with it, and how it affects teenagers on an everyday basis. My hook for my documentary is depression is like a sprint. You start slow but further and further, and eventually win through. So I thought that was a sort of empowering, sort of inspiring quote to use, because it's like a metaphor. People can sort of read that and feel like they can get through it. So obviously the reason I believe this is a good idea is that I want a better understanding on how teenagers, certainly from 14 to 19-year-olds, because I assume that's a good range, deal with depression and anxiety, and how it can affect them. Because although obviously some of my family members and friends deal with that, obviously I don't know much about it 100%, so I want a better understanding, but I also thought it'd be good awareness for people that do suffer with mental health. So I figured, if they see it, they can sort of have something to turn to, or sort of realise they're not alone. Obviously my target audience is teenagers between 14 to 19. It's obviously unisex, so it's both male and female, because I don't want to leave anyone out. I won't actually have characters in my documentary, so I obviously have voiced characters, because they're not actually characters, but obviously they're going to be real people telling their stories and experiences, and obviously giving me a better understanding of how they deal with it. The reason I chose Nadine is because, one, I thought that was a funny picture and might make people laugh, but two, I'm actually going to be using Nadine in my presentation, in my documentary, to get her side, and her stories and stuff as well. On locations, so I'm going to be using Midkent, both interior and exterior, meaning inside and outside if you don't know. I'm going to be using the outside of the college and probably across the road as well, to get some sort of cutaway shots and some establishing shots, just to know where obviously we are in the documentary, and then inside shots possibly in the green screen room or in the classroom for interviews and sort of conversations between my people in the documentary. During High Street once again for cutaway shots, mainly. That's it. And then I did put down mental health or some clinic. I don't actually know any clinics around here, but I'll probably find one for interviews with some clinic workers or doctors, to get their obviously opinions and viewpoints on mental health in teenagers. Might be a bit tricky, but I'm going to try and get there. Safety contingencies. So I'd say I just got the standard. Obviously you need cover equipment if it's raining, you need a medical kit nearby in case there's injuries or in case someone hurts themselves. Have signs put up, obviously, which is standard, and then obviously I have a mobile phone. I don't know if there is going to be any safety hazards when filming, but obviously I thought that would be sort of just a good idea to sort of put up there, just to be safe. Obviously ethnics and obviously copyright claims. So I'm going to be using royalty-free music, and obviously have permission slips from both the college and the locations where I'm filming, and obviously the people I'm filming with. So if I do obviously run into any copyright claims, then obviously I can show them the permission slips, and obviously just explain it's a college documentary, so I can try and avoid any copyright claims against me, but I don't think that will actually happen. And then also my budget, so I've wrote down, obviously there was the on the course documents, the actual daily rates and stuff, the equipment used in college. So I wrote down just my budget. So obviously you guys can see my total is obviously just over £3,000, but obviously I'm not actually paying that, thankfully. So yeah, I do have a video. Wait, shall I show the video? Because obviously I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna go back. I've got a little video about depression. I think it's about 3 minutes.
Depression creeps up on you quietly. At the very beginning, you struggle with the little things, but you usually choose to ignore them. It's like a headache. You'll tell yourself it's temporary and it'll pass. It's just another bad day. But it's not. You're stuck in this state of mind. You get used to putting on a social mask and you continue to live among other people because that's what you have to do. That's what others do. However, the problem does not go away. You struggle to put on.
We'll not watch the whole thing. We'll not watch the whole
Yeah,
thing.
no, I didn't know when to stop, so I was
No, that's
I was waiting for
okay.
you.
That's fine. If you just tell us why you chose that film.
The reason I chose it is because obviously it does focus obviously on depression, as you can see in the title, and obviously how it does affect people. But also I thought the way it was filmed and sort of the way the narration sort of flowed through, I thought that was quite sort of empowering. So because I know it kind of focuses, it looks kind of more like the poem project we did, but obviously this sort of I like the way it's sort of filmed and edited, so I mean that was kind of the effect I was going to go for, and I figured that was sort of like an empowering sort of video to choose as a message. So,
Right, if you want to continue with your presentation.
that's my entire presentation.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I just looked at what you told me to write down. So I thought
Okay,
of it.
brilliant. Okay, right,
So
thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right, just a few points. It was just I didn't want what's the whole of the drama that, because I think we got the point from what we saw.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to go over what I just the question I was asking you. Why are we looking at that particular drama? What are we going to be seeing anything like that there in your own production?
Well, like I said, the way it's filmed, obviously with the different type of shots and stuff, obviously I want to sort of do that as a sort of, I want to do something like that towards the end, sort of like a little sort of message, but the narration and obviously the music choice I kind of found quite interesting, so I wanted to do something like that.
Okay, because the thing is because you're producing a documentary, aren't
Yes.
you? Right. Now, there is no reason why you can't. I mean, for instance, if you've got your character, let's say, if for instance, it's Nadine. Okay. Yes, there's going to be interviews and there's going to be, various voiceovers and things like that. But there's no reason why you couldn't do a sort of cut down version of that within those interviews. So it's like a sort of a.
Story.
It brings it together, sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that there, but that's maybe something that you could consider. The whole idea behind this is that you want to educate people, and yes, you're going to educate people through the documentary that you produce. But it may well be that you need to create a clearer understanding, and maybe take the focus off the interviews. Maybe just give a little bit of background as to Nadine and where she is, where she comes from, and what she has to deal with. Sometimes the dramatic part of that works.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Okay, so just a few other things. I mean, obviously this is something that you thought about, something that you're passionate about. You want the video to be empowering, so you want it to be positive and upbeat.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you see that? How are you going to make it positive? How are you going to make it upbeat?
I haven't really thought about that 100%, but obviously I am going to have some sort of, I guess you could call it sort of emotional aspects with obviously the interviews and the sort of videos we just watched between obviously the interviews and between but upbeat. I was going to try and sort of make it. I don't know how to say it or word it without putting it on different topics. I was going to say kind of humorous in a way.
I think the key way that you would do that is within the structure. So you need to think about how you're going to structure the documentary so that towards the end, okay, you're creating interviews, or you're creating a sense that actually your subject has come through and understands her depression or mental health illness, whatever that might be, and has come through that, and now is dealing with it in a much more positive way, and their life is much fuller and much richer as a result of that. So you need to think about how you're scripting that, and how you're structuring your documentary to leave your audience with that positive note, that empowering note that you want to deliver. Yeah. Otherwise it can just be all about the symptoms and about the depression, about how that's affecting people. But actually what you want to demonstrate to people is that there is a way through this, and there's a way to become much more positive about your life. Yeah. Okay. So the structure in your script is important as far as that. Have you looked at all the different types of documentaries?
I have. There was actually a video which instead of the living with depression one I was going to put, and it was actually it was a sort of documentary. It was like an interview sort of type video, obviously with different type of shots and stuff. And it was actually Dwayne Johnson, obviously the wrestling actor, talking about his way of depression, obviously before he got into like wrestling and stuff. But obviously I didn't think that had an emotional impact. But there was another one with actual about mental health. It's called I think it was like mental health in Bedlam or something. It was an hour documentary about different people in a clinic with different mental
Remind me what your research is again for this project.
My research actually I have it written here. Sorry. If I can find it. So yeah, my research. So for my primary, I'm going to be doing a sort of test interview, I guess you'd call it, or like just to see how it goes, and also a questionnaire online. Obviously, with the website, we used last year to make questionnaires.
Right. Okay.
And then for my secondary, I'm going to obviously be researching other documentaries and some online stories about people with mental health.
So that's where you, within your research, you would be looking at all the documentaries, looking at their structure, looking at their style, thinking about how you can adopt and use some of those styles and structures within your own documentary. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was looking for within your research. Also within your primary research as well, you need to make sure it is from not just one point of view. So you need to try and get various interviews from various people who've suffered from various mental illnesses, and the input from clinicians as well. Okay, and how to deal with that. So that research becomes really, really important, particularly for this documentary. Are there any other locations that you're going to use, because you've chosen to vastly do the college, inside the college and outside the college? Do you think that's enough to demonstrate to someone about the...
I was thinking obviously, because obviously the other day we were talking, and you said obviously my duration would probably be like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So I figured obviously I wouldn't have enough time to do like a load of interviews and stuff, so I was thinking about being like 2 or 3 with like a student, teacher, maybe hostel worker, whatever.
I guess I would just like to see that your subject in more natural settings, so that it's not just all about education, because this affects
so I'd probably,
all parts of their life, doesn't it?
I mean, like if I am talking to Nadine, if I'm doing sort of a video like the one you just saw, then obviously I'll probably be filming some parts of her house and obviously some parts of her on the train or whatever. But obviously I'm actually thought about that 100%. Obviously just a sort of rough outline for now until I put all the pieces together.
Okay. All right. Okay, that'll do. Thanks very much. Well done.
How do I close this?